viewers, the biggest story here on India Upfront. Now, viewers, when we begin tonight, I want you to keep in mind one line. And that line appears on the top of your screen. It's in that golden bar, and it says, biggest strike on Hinduphobia. Just remember that. Now let me tell you the context. Viewers, the scale is unprecedented. The scope of what is sought to be achieved is unprecedented. But the message is clear. The union government will dismantle Hinduphobia in the country. Enough is enough. Hinduphobia is today going global. From Birmingham to Bharuch, Bengaluru, Bangladesh, there has been an unprecedented spike. And towards curbing it, the first big leap has been made. And it's about time, viewers, it's about time. Perhaps the catalyst is what happened in the United Kingdom, signaling that Hinduphobia now has reached the point where, if immediate steps are not taken, there will be a very existential threat, a very real existential threat to Hindus all over, not just in this country. Viewers, there is always a tipping point. We saw that in the context of the Jews. A century and a half ago, viewers, the first strike in modern times was made against Jews in 1888, if my memory serves me right, in Russia. There was a massive hate campaign launched against the Jews there. The word pogrom that we use is actually a Russian word. Viewers, I won't say that tipping point has reached, but viewers, I will definitely say that we are hurtling towards something akin. Hindus are doing fantastically well around the globe. We've just had a Hindu contest for the premiership of Britain. He lost narrowly, as you know, viewers. We have more than 100 Indians, viewers, a majority of them from the Hindu community, in administrations of some of the top democracies in the Anglosphere, viewers. We have businessmen, viewers, Indian businessmen, a majority of them Hindus, in the top Forbes 100. All of this, it appears, is engendering some sort of resentment. And just like we have seen globally, that resentment is now finding avenues to strike. Well, today, viewers, a red line has been sought to be drawn. And the very real attempt to dismantle global Hinduphobia has been launched. Viewers, in India's largest ever coordinated strikes, raids, call them what you want to, the NIA cracked down on the face, on one of the most visible faces, as the NIA says, of Hinduphobia in this country, the Popular Front of India. Over 100 arrests were made across 11 states and over 80 locations. 80 locations, viewers, raided across 11 states, more than 100 arrested. I'm underlining these figures. It's massive, unprecedented. In the war room, Home Minister Amit Shah tracked the raids live. We are told that the National Security Advisor Ajit, Doval and the other agency chiefs were also in attendance. Not only have PFI offices been sealed, their documents and devices seized, but the entire top hierarchy was arrested to ensure the head of NIA designated radical outfit is crushed. And it never raises its head again. From their National General Secretary Anis Ahmed to state and district chiefs across 11 states, all have been locked up. In response, the PFI's cadre hit the streets in a bid to intimidate the agencies. Listen in to the sloganeering, the chanting, and the threats that were issued. Viewers, in West Bengal, Tiljala and Kolkata. In Maharashtra, Pune, Navi Mumbai, Nerul, Jalgaon, Kolhapur, Aurangabad. In Karnataka, Bengaluru, Mangaluru, Shimoga, Mysuru, Fraser Town, SK Garden. Recoveries have been made all along. They are there on your screens for you to read. In Delhi, Northeast and Southwest districts. Rajasthan, Kota, Jaipur, Udaipur, Baran. In Madhya Pradesh, Indore. In Assam, Guwahati, Kamrup. In Tamil Nadu, at least 6 or 7 locations. In Kerala, 8 or 9 locations. In Telangana, 3 locations. In Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow, Varanasi, Bharuch. In Andhra Pradesh, Kurnool, Guntur. In Kerala, 70 locations. Lots has been recovered, viewers. And as I told you, viewers, that not only have documents and devices been seized, but the rattled PFI has hit the streets, as you can see, and they're threatening a massive protest tomorrow. In fact, one of their leaders has even come out and issued a dire threat. He's a senior member of the PFI, and he says, look, if you go after us and don't release our cadre, then whatever transpires from here on is your responsibility. And there will be consequences. Listen in.
अगर रिहा नहीं किया तो जो भी इसके नाम पर नहीं तो इसके पर जो भी इधर नुकसान होता है इसका संपूर्ण जवाबदार उसका संपूर्ण जिम्मेदार कौन बोलेगा तो यहाँ का राज्य सरकार और यहाँ का केंद्र सरकार बोल के हम लोग बोलने चाहते। सोशल डेमोक्रेटिक पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है, ये रजिस्टर्ड पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है। ये रजिस्टर्ड पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को ये लोग बैन करना नहीं तो वो लोग निषेध करना बोलेगा तो उतना आसान नहीं है।
Now viewers, this crackdown, as I told you, is the biggest crackdown against Hinduphobia. The NIA certainly believes that the PFI is involved in targeting Hindus. And they have elucidated why. Let me take you through some of the reasons. The NIA says that the PFI has roots in the banned Simi. In fact, its total top leadership was once with the Simi. E.M. Abdul Rahman, founder and General Secretary of the PFI, Simi General Secretary between 1980 and 93. Now, Simi, viewers, is a banned terror organization in India. P. Koya, founder, vice chairman of the PFI, active member of Simi from 78 to 79. E. Abu Bakr, ex-SDPI president, is Kerala state president of Simi between 82 and 84. The big takeaway is that Simi banned for striving to establish a caliphate in India, and the people who led it just changed from one to another. That's all. The ideology remains the same. The PFI exports to the ISIS. Cadre of the PFI have joined the ISIS. As you know, viewers, they were arrested for joining the ISIS that has pledged Ghazwa-e-Hind against India. They want to completely wipe out Hindu civilization. That is what the ISIS tries to do. It's not a secret. They say it very openly. The PFI was one of the most vociferous in rejecting the Supreme Court's Ayodhya verdict. They said Apex Court's Babri verdict is a majoritarian bias. Babri will rise again, lest we forget, almost pledging, viewers, to do what the Mughals and others did. It's a revanchist PFI against righting historic wrongs against Hindus. Sartan se juda chants by children fielded by the PFI. This happened on the 21st of May, PFI rally in Alapura. Hindus, Christians, get ready for last rites. We are coming. This was seen as a direct threat to exterminate Hindus and Christians, and it greatly exercised agencies in this country because this child was tutored by a bunch of radicalized adults. The PFI mocks the Mopla massacre. Viewers, you all know pre-independence, Mopla uprising, where Hindus were targets, pretty much specifically. It incites violence against known figures of the Bharatiya Janata Party as well as others who are associated with that. And as we all know, viewers, the rally also invited hate against Hindus. Those are the pictures from that rally. Let's go to the next one. Condemn the hanging of Yaqub Memon. Yaqub Memon, viewers, if you remember, was executed for his role in fomenting trouble in Mumbai in 1992 and 93, late 92 and the early months of 93. Why did he do so? He wanted to avenge the 1992-1993 Mumbai riots. He wanted to take revenge from Hindus. Viewers, it's not just in India, but Hinduphobia, as I told you, is running riot in UK as well. Today, the External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, met his UK counterpart and raised his concern over the threat to Hindus and their temples in Leicester and Birmingham. Here, the ministry's response when they were asked a question on what really transpired. Listen to this.
Our High Commission continues to be in touch with the UK side. We are in touch with the diplomatic as well as the security authorities to prevent further attack and take action against the perpetrators. That has been our repeated request, to prevent these attacks and take action. You would have also seen that during his meeting yesterday in New York, External Affairs Minister raised this issue with his counterpart from the UK.
Unfortunately, viewers, in India, there is a race to absolve Islamist hate directed against Hindus. Several political parties are instead busy drawing false equivalences to give Hindu-phobic radicals a face saver. There are two ways in which this is being done. First, by implicating alleged Hindutva activists and questioning why they weren't being raided as they are carrying out terror activities in the name of religion. And second, by suggesting that the PFI turned to terror, or organizations like the PFI or those who are targeting today Hindus have done so to preserve Islamic culture in the face of uncompromising saffron supremacists who were trying to exterminate Islam globally. Viewers, listen to some of the reactions that have been coming in.
अब देखा जाए तो बजरंग दल है, हिंदू सेना है और खुद आरएसएस है, ऐसी तमाम जो जमायतें हैं जो देश के अंदर, समाज के अंदर एक नफरत और घृणा पैदा करते हैं, उनके खिलाफ, सबके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होती तो लोगों को विश्वास होता है कि सही मानों में सरकार कोई कदम उठा रही है.
Those organizations who are spread communal hatred and spoil the harmony in the society, whether it is Bajrang Dal, whether it is SDPI, PFI or any other organization, let them take action on them, let them ban them.
बीजेपी का कोई लोग पर सीबीआई और एनआई ये छापा क्यों नहीं पड़ा? ये सब महात्मा गांधी और भगवान बुद्ध हो गए.
सतपाल जो हमारे गवर्नर थे, गवर्नर महोदय, उन्होंने अपने एक इंटरव्यू में एक दफ़ा नहीं बहुत दफ़ा कहा कि मुझे जम्मू कश्मीर में जब मैं गवर्नर था तो मुझे 2 फाइलें करने के लिए 300 करोड़ रुपए की ऑफर थी और उसमें बाज़ाब्ता नाम लिया कि आरएसएस का एक बंदा था और एक ऑफिसर था जिसका बाज़ाब्ता नाम लिया उन्होंने. तो आज तक ये लोग नहीं बता पाए कि उसके बाद क्या हुआ, उनका वहाँ रेड नहीं हुआ.
Viewers, let's open this up. Let's ask some basic questions tonight, and I want to begin first with Vivek Srivastava and Advocate Sharafuddin, Vice President of the SDPI. Vivek Srivastava, let me come to you first. I want to ask you a basic question. Why is there a race to whitewash Islamist hate? In Birmingham, mobs of Pakistanis are targeting Hindus, and here in India, we are justifying that by saying that, look, what can you do? They are reacting to Hindutva mobilization. No proof, of course, is being offered that there is some big Hindutva mobilization that is going on in the UK. Number one. Here in India, when you raid the PFI, that the NIA says is carrying on activities in the name of Islam to uproot their civilizational enemies, once again, people like you, sir, of a particular ecosystem are going out there and saying, no, what about Hindu terrorists? Yes. What about Hindutva terrorists? Go after them. So why always these equivalences?
Absolutely, Rahul.
And if you believe in the action-reaction theory, sir, then that becomes very tricky ground.
Yes.
Because then people will say, oh, the Gujarat riots were justified because Hindus were burnt alive in a train, that, oh, well, you know, other riots have taken place, like the anti-Sikh riots because of X reason, like Congress party said. I mean, there is no end to it. You can't rationalize hate against a community. Can you?
No,
and sir, tell me something. Do Pakistanis need an excuse to attack?
Not.
Do Pakistanis need an excuse to attack Indians anywhere in the world? Look what they have done on our borders. They've invaded us 3 times. They've been rebuffed and thrown back all 3 times, shamed, cut up in half. They swear to cut India down through a thousand incisions, break India. And you are saying that they need, that they are being triggered, their anger is being triggered because of Hindutva. Isn't this, sir, an attempt, as I said, to clean chit, whitewash Islamist hate? What is wrong with you? Do you think the Lashkar-e-Taiba needs a reason to attack India or the ISIS?
No. No, I see it a little differently, Rahul. I believe we have a constitution, and our constitution is secular. It is guaranteeing equal rights to all the religions, all the castes, all the communities. So, I mean, the government and the agencies need to be neutral, number one. So it is not the question of Pakistan or SIMI or PFI. First of all, I'm talking about the equality which the constitution guarantees. You are letting the Bajrang Dal go away. There was a Dharam Sansad in Haridwar. I do not know why those guys are roaming around scot-free. Many of them. There were naras in Jantar Mantar. Mulle wo kaate jayenge. We debated on your channel. Those guys are roaming around scot-free. They are also having organizations. Bajrang Dal is a militant organization. Hindu Sena, Hindu Sher Sena, there are thousands of Senas roaming around. They are, which are fueling communal, tensions across the nation. They are not being targeted by the government at all. So the government needs to be neutral. That is point number one. Point number two, NIA, was it sleeping for 8 years? I mean, you in your package just now said that, I mean, SIMI is what, grew up into a PFI, and a lot of leaders are very common. What was the NIA doing for 8 years? For 8 years, I mean, it's a long period. That means we are not getting good governance. If everything was so scary, if everything was so dangerous, 8 years is a long time period. That is what I feel. And secondly, SDPI was a registered party. I am against SDPI completely. Why was action not taken systematically over all these years? What were you waiting for? So, I mean, yes, nobody favors violence, nobody favors Hinduphobia or Islamophobia. We are a secular, civilized country. Pakistan is a very small fry for us to be bothered about.
So, Mr. Srivastava, do you believe...
However, if the government is not neutral and you start spreading hatred...
Okay, quick counter question. Do you believe that all those today who rush to give a rationale to what we witnessed in Birmingham or Leicester were wrong?
Yes. You see, right after the Gujarat riots, when the Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat was not even given a visa by the United States for 10 years, India got a bad name. It was bad governance.
And that is what is spawning the backlash.
So much of mob lynching,
I thought that you would say that. I thought you would say that.
No,
so you're saying that Pakistan actually needs a reason
There is no, I don't
No, one
justify
second.
backlash.
To target Indians.
No,
That one second. The PFI that the NI claims has links
yes.
to overseas Islamist terror organizations. I'm not saying it. The NIA has said it. That's why they're carrying out the raids. They've said it in numerous charge sheets that we have. Is basically acting because it feels threatened. Now, viewers, just look at this. So, Hindu groups are acting because they are, one second. They act with impunity and without provocation. Yeah. But these poor Pakistanis and the PFI cadre, the hapless Pakistanis and PFI cadre are reacting to a perceived threat from India and its Hindutva lynch mobs. That's what basically you're saying. Okay, let me bring in General Bakshi and Rahul Ishwar. Rahul Ishwar first. You go on this. You raised your hand before General Bakshi, so I'll go in that order. Yes.
Yeah, Rahul Shivshankar, just two submissions. I am a proud Hindu activist, but I am equally proud that I have filed FIRs against Satwi Prachi for her anti-Muslim comments, which calls for Muslim Mukh Bharat. I have personally went to police station and filed FIR. We pursue the case. I am equally, I dislike or I condemn people like Yadi Narasimhanat. I don't belong to any, so-called ultra-right organization. But please remember, this fake balancing or monkey balancing between Islamist terrorist organization and other organization is fake. That is insincere. Every time they call out on RSS and tries to equate with the PFI, it is absolutely uncalled for. RSS is an organization, you may agree or disagree with it. Just like a mainstream organization, Congress, you have RSS on the right and Congress on the center left and RSS on the center right space. But they are in effect giving an ideological cover to organization like Popular Front of India, who has been convicted of serious charges of extremism, including chopping the hands of a professor. Please remember, it's such a barbaric act of chopping the hands of a professor. So it is a fake pseudo-secular left liberal lobby who wants to give a cover fire, who wants to give some sort of a ideological cover fire and whitewash the hardline Islamist movement that they are doing it. And last point, Kerala is home to some great Muslim organization like Muslim League, Indian Union Muslim League, whose chief minister once said that if Holy Mecca comes to attack India, me and my family and my sons and generations will stand against Holy Mecca when they attack India. We have some great Muslim organizations in Kerala and all over India. But PFI is a hardline Islamist, Wahhabi-leaning organization who believes in violence, who have been convicted of violence, and such Islamist violence is a threat to India and Holy Islam itself. But they are afraid to call this out, and the painful fact is the pseudo-secular lobby is giving a cover fire because either of the concern for vote bank or because of their blind Modi-phobia. They are being intellectually dishonest. Even on a day like this, I don't know whether this case will be proved right or wrong, even on a day like this, such multiple massive raid, they are not even ready to condemn such things. I would only humbly request them to remember Professor Joseph, whose hands were chopped off, and such barbaric act was uncalled for in recent times.
Okay, one second. I want to bring in General Bakshi and Advocate Sharafuddin, who's the Vice President of the SDPI, which is known to be the political wing of the Popular Front of India. Now, Advocate Saab, first of all, I just want to quickly tell viewers that people like Yati Narasimhanand, etc. were arrested. They were only granted bail by the court. No one came and opened their padlock for them and let them out, viewers. They were arrested. He made a vile hate speech saying that he would want to attack people from the minority community, wipe them out, etc., etc. He was promptly arrested in Haridwar. And it was only after the intervention of the courts that he got bail. No one is walking free. If there are people out there, it is because the courts have ruled in their favor. Now, having said that, I want to bring in Advocate Sharafuddin and General Bakshi. Advocate Saab, it's a simple question. The accusation against you is that you're trying to influence Muslim youth to join a proscribed organization like the Islamic State. The name of this organization itself tells you what they want to do around the world, specifically in India. And I'm asking you, sir, why is it that so many of your cadre have ended up joining the ISIS? What's the correlation?
First, sir, let me speak, sir. First, it is duty of every Indian to respect the rule of law and to honor the norms of the Constitution. Nobody may be allowed to be involved in disruptive activities in any sense. But all the disruptive activities should be dealt at par. I think that the garlanding of Muzaffarnagar accused persons on bail, as well as the honor to the Bilqis Bano convicted cases accused persons is also abroad, and it is one of the disruptive activities. We see that the SSP of Patna has equated the RSS with the PFI. So, and has categorically, as sitting SSP said, that no proof, no evidence has been found to link the PFI with any religious organization, or no evidence has been got for the foreign funding. There has been a number of cases filed by NIA and other agencies against the PFI, but no court has still the illustration or the examples are misquoted here, because 21 persons were held for the unlawful assembly,
please.
No arm was
Mr. Sharafuddin, please.
And so is the case.
Please.
So is the case. Please,
even the left, of whom
let me conclude.
Vivek Srivastava is a member, even the left government, the Kerala government under the left deposed in court, calling...
Please let me conclude. Please let me conclude. Jagan Narayan Commission has said that RSS has approached the Bhagalpur ride. So is the case in Pranath Kapoor Commission. This RSS has been involved in the murder of Gandhi. So I just want to say that when only one community
Mr. Sharafuddin, for several years, the Congress, which is a sworn enemy of the RSS, was in power. They could have banned the RSS. No one has done so. Okay?
3 times RSS banned, 3 times. 3 times RSS was banned.
Sir, when are you talking about? What years? You know the years we are referring to. Immediately after independence. After that, they were invited to walk. Sir, RSS cadre were invited to walk in the Republic Day parade. You know this. But I just want to, viewers, draw your attention to what even the left has said.
The left that
Vivek Srivastava belongs to has deposed in court saying, sir, please allow me, that the PFI is a dangerous extremist organization. There are other references, viewers. 2 men arrested with links from Patna's Fulwari Sharif area discovered in their possession a document titled India Vision 2047, which spoke about subjugating coward majority community and bringing back the glory. What would you call it if not Islamist fanaticism? Then, according to reports, one of the people later arrested in Fulwari Sharif case, Maghroob Ahmed Danish, purportedly formed a group called Ghazwa-e-Hind with 10 members, out of whom 8 were from Bangladesh, 1 was from Pakistan. Can you overlook how some PFI workers have become a conduit for anti-India forces to spread terror in this country? In fact, Sufi clerics like Hazrat Sayyid Nasiruddin Chishti have called for a ban on PFI, sir. People from within the Muslim community clearly stating that such organizations are doing absolutely un-Islamic, in his words, work in this country. There has been a growing demand to ban PFI from opposition parties who have prioritized self-preservation over national security and unity, and there are several instances to highlight how PFI, SDPI have enjoyed their patronage. I have several examples here. Now, I want to ask General Bakshi, this constant cover fire that the Congress and certain other political parties provide, even the left, what do you make of this? Where is this coming from, General Bakshi? What is the intention? General Saab.
Rahul, let me make a few quick points.
Yes, sir.
Number 1, it is standard practice for terrorist organizations, especially the Pakistani-sponsored ones, to deftly and quickly change names, change bank accounts, and keep operating as they were. most of the cadre of the PFI are direct draftees from the Islamic State. The Islamic State had specifically been tasked to carry out locally, manufactured bomb attacks. And there was a spate of bombings for a decade in every major city of India. They were told to fabricate this with ammonium nitrate, locally available chemicals, so that Pakistan would have complete deniability. When we ground the IS, took it to the ground, well, it has just morphed and come into the form of the PFI. And the PFI initially, posed as a social organization and some kind of an RSS analog, as they claim. But thereafter, they have now started having contacts with the vicious Islamic State, which had to be attacked by the United States and Russia together in Syria and Iraq, because it was posing a threat to the entire established global order, right? You get into cahoots with such a state, and it is only a matter of time when the links with the Taliban will come out bright in the open, right? So how long are we supposed to sit back? Yeah. How long are we supposed to accept an equivalence, a kind of a moral equivalence between some Hindu organizations which have not one terror-related incident on their record, but here are organizations in cahoots with dangerous terrorist outfits, and you are supposed to establish a moral equivalence that every time any action is taken against a terrorist organization, some Hindu organization must be penalized. I mean, I fail to understand this. I mean, you want to win votes, you want to win elections, certainly, but you can't do it at the cost of the country's national security. You can't do it at the cost of people losing their lives. I mean, it's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
750 people were killed in that 1993 bombing.
And General Bakshi, listen to this.
2611.
Listen to this. Here we are. Someone was talking about the rule of law. We are a democracy, abiding, rule of law, this, that, the other. Now, let me tell you what the courts themselves have said. This is the Kerala High Court, viewers. The Kerala High Court says for the reason that the SDPI, PFI activists were behind the killing, there is no justification. This is in reference to an incident. There is no justification in seeking transfer of the investigation to the CBI. No doubt SDPI and PFI are extremist organizations indulging in serious acts of violence. All the same, those are not banned organizations. This was said in its order on May 5, viewers. And despite that, you have organizations that do business with the PFI. And let me give you some examples. In 2015, Siddaramaiah-led Congress government in Karnataka dropped criminal cases against PFI workers. Why? Because, viewers, there has been always talk that there has been a political understanding with the Congress. For example, in April 2018 Karnataka election, the SDPI, the political wing of the PFI, reportedly withdrew its candidates from 47 seats following a purported understanding with the Congress. In September 2018, SDPI National President M.K. Faizi said that the organization was talks with the Congress and other secular parties to forge an alliance for the upcoming 2019 Lok Sabha elections. In 2020, intelligence agencies suspected that the AIMM was backing PFI in planning anti-CA public meetings in Murshidabad after the place had already seen the worst kind of violence. This is a report on the 1st of January 2020. Viewers, in April 2022, CPM Kerala Secretary argued that banning SDPI is not practical, even though the left government had called this organization a dangerous extremist organization, and the Kerala High Court has also echoed the same. So, Tehseen Poonawalla, what is going on here? Why, as General Bakshi says, are you drawing these equivalences? Do you not see that there is, from Birmingham to Bengaluru to Bangladesh, a pan-Islamic and very considered plot to eviscerate one community and spread hate? And I'm not saying it, the courts are saying it. I've quoted you.
Good evening, Rahul. Thank you for having me on the show. And the onset, thank you to General Bakshi for your service to the country. It's because of people like you that we are safe. Yet again, I'm with you in this studio. Yet again, Vivek and I are discussing the terror organization SDPI and PFI. Sorry, I cannot call them terror organizations. You know why? Because the SG of this country under Narendra Modi ji says in the Supreme Court, and I quote him, that we are in the process of banning. That process has been going on for 2 years. Nothing has happened. The NIA, which has a conviction rate of 93.25, I get my source from Times of India, has not convicted a single person from the PFI. Therefore, Vivek and I keep telling you, Rahul, that the PFI and the SDPI, this advocate sitting here, is the B team of the BJP. They're two sides of the same coin because they want to spread extremist hate.
Why do you do business with them?
I'll
Why
come to that.
does Congress do business with them? If they are the B team of the BJP, which you loathe, then why do you do business with them? If they are the C team of the RSS, why do you do business with them when your leader says that they are part of the conspiracy to divide India?
Very good question. Please allow me to answer that. I'll take a little time, but I'll answer that. I'm going to quote, please allow me to answer that. I'm going to quote something, 12th December 1948, to answer your question. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the first president of India, writes to the Home Minister of India, the first Home Minister of India.
So why are we going back so far in time? The PFI didn't exist. I'm just asking you right now.
I'm answering that with your question.
No, forget it. The PFI, what has that got to do with 1948?
Yes, answering your question. Allow me to answer that finish. The RSS practices...
Whataboutery.
No, it's not. Just, I'll answer your question. The RSS practices secret violent methods which promote fascism, says the first president of India to the Home Minister. Yet the Congress invited the RSS because you want to bring them into mainstream, like the left and the Congress tried to bring the SDPI and the PFI. But it is the Congress government in Jharkhand, it is the left government in Kerala that has said on court, on affidavit to ban this organization. The only people not banning it is the BJP. One last point. One last point.
One second.
One last point.
No,
March 8, 2022, Times of India.
By that logic, tomorrow you will be free. One second.
One last point. Just one last point. One point. Just one point. I just beg your indulgence. The Karnataka's present Home Minister says this, quoting Times of India, there is no proposal by us to ban the SDPI or the PFI. You know why? Because OAC and the PFI are B teams of the BJP.
One second, I don't know.
We tried to bring them in space.
One second, the Chief Minister, Mr. Bomai, asked him a specific question of the PFI, and he says that we are moving very quickly to build one. Listen to me. Listen. Now, well, you've had the raids within a month and a half. Within a month and a half. Please, with a month and a half. Tehseen Poonawalla, the problem is that the Congress has perfected, and these so-called secular parties have perfected the art of hunting with the hounds and running with the hare.
Sir, Vivek and I are telling you ban the PFI. If I was Home Minister of this country, PFI would be banned and SDPI would be sitting in jail. I would not be using them for political gains.
That's fine. That's fine.
I would not be using them. They are using them. Unfortunately, this country has the most incompetent Home Minister who has the spine of a molten eclair. So he will sit on camera, watch raids happening of people gathering. He does not have the spine to ban them. 2 years have been coming on Times now. Why is there not banned?
Excuse me. Tehseen Poonawalla, look, you can rage against the BJP, and I will agree with you. I would have wanted the PFI banned 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years ago. One second, sir, please.
Congress bans me.
One second. Can you allow me? Can you allow me? See, this is not fair. Okay, please allow me. There have been 2 attempts by state governments, viewers, to ban the PFI. Both failed. Bans were in place, they were overturned. Those are the facts. It's a slippery organization according to the NI. It's very difficult to pin them down. And they have a lot of political support. That is what is quite clear from the instances of those that bestow favors upon them. For what we don't know, viewers. I can't claim here a quid pro quo, though it is strange that so many favors are constantly, viewers, done to them. What could be the payoff? We don't know. Let me tell you. CPIM Kerala State Secretary and Senior Politburo member Kodri Balakrishnan said if an outfit which is formed on the basis of an ideology is outlawed, it will take another form and start functioning in the state. That is what we saw. The Simi was banned, out sprouted the PFI. Now viewers, if, as is happening, hundreds and hundreds of tomorrow PFI cadre are locked up, it will be the Congress, it will be the left that will hit the streets saying that this is majoritarianism, Muslims are being persecuted. So you have to have a strong case.
No, sir, they're not Muslims. They're traitors of our country.
No. One second, sir. No.
Sir,
I've got. Can I quote now? Can I quote your leaders today,
sir,
who have come out and said? Can I quote? No. Can I quote your leaders who are saying today, sir, on record, that this is a crackdown singularly against members of one community, and by the same yardstick, RSS Hindutvavadi should also be locked up. Now, viewers, no, one second. I'm going straight across. No, let's go straight across to Binoy Singh, who joins us. Binoy Singh, the charge is that there is a lot of muscular activity by the RSS, by the BJP in denouncing this organization. There is also now raids, but nothing will amount of these. This is just an attempt to single out Muslim young men. How do you respond to this charge?
Rahul, this is not a Muslim organization. PFI doesn't represent all the Indian Muslims. Even many Muslim organizations, the nationalist Muslim organizations, the peace-loving Muslim organizations, they are opposed to PFI and they have demanded a ban of PFI. And let me make it very clear. We must give credit to our Honorable Home Minister for putting such a massive scale of raids. And I assure you, Rahul, there are truckload of evidence.
Sir, what credit to the Honorable Home Minister? He was sitting on camera watching the raids. Last 8 years, this government is in power.
It is the same oil into a new bottle.
He just keeps giving jhunga.
Rahul, PFI is
Okay, one second. Let him finish.
No.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
This is elections coming up in Gujarat.
No, let him finish. Okay, one second. Polarization. The charge is polarization. I told you, viewers, that somewhere along the line they will say that this is a witch hunt against Muslims, and then they sit on TV and they say no, this is not an organization of Muslims. Okay, one second. Binoy Kumar wants to respond. Binoy Singh wants to respond to. Yes.
Rahul, there are two ideas of India.
Okay.
One idea of India is India 2047 of the government of India. The government of India, led by Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, they want to take India out of the badge of a developing nation. And we want to move into the next league. And there is the idea of India 2047 by a PFI organization. They want to dismember India. They want to disintegrate India.
Somebody wants to disintegrate India should be banned and behind jails.
And we must...
For 8 years you're trying to put them in jail and court overturns your verdicts. Overturns your lawyers.
No, not overturns. No, one second. There were state governments that did so. State governments that did so. Fair enough. And then you're saying that BJP has not taken any action. They have taken action.
And they lost. What kind of a case? You know when Simi was banned?
I'm telling you. One second.
The Supreme Court.
One second. Mr. Poonawala.
2008, the left was involved.
Mr. Poonawala. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the organization learned from its mistakes, morphed into another, and decided to be more covert. I don't know. Well, that is what is happening. You are seeing raids. The biggest raids ever have happened in this country. We can only now, viewers, hope that this organization is banned, that the evidence that is recovered will allow the government to form a strong case. Perhaps we're already seeing that. But viewers, mark my words, there will be many who will come out starting tomorrow and amplify the message of a large number who have started today to say this is a crackdown against innocent Muslim youth. Mark my words, viewers. I need to move on.